This is All For You Stories. Real stories to get you to think different so you can act different. Let's go. The lie. Telling the truth should be easy. It should not be something that keeps you up at night, fills you full of doubt, and worries you about what will come. The truth is supposed to set you free and make everything okay. For Simone, the truth would not just change her life, but it might just put her mother back in jail. Simone loved her mother because she was supposed to. She gave birth to her and took care of her for the first few years of her life. But her motherly obligations seemed to have vanished when Simone turned 7. For some reason, she determined Simone could take care of herself and started leaving her alone. Not the type of alone so she could run to the store to get some milk, but the type of alone where she's going to Vegas for the weekend and you can feed yourself cereal. The Vegas trips became more frequent and more prolonged, so Simone learned to take care of herself. She even learned to sign her mother's signature, so the school did not know that Simone's mother acted more like a roommate than a parent. By the time she turned 11, Simone needed her mother for shelter, but nothing else. That all changed about a month ago when Simone's mother showed up at her school and took her out early. Simone got in the car, and she felt as unsafe as any time within the past couple of years. Her mother looked the same with her long, wavy, jet black hair, high cheekbones, and cat-like eyes, but she acted differently. She seemed nervous and afraid, constantly looking over her shoulder while driving. She started off with some small talk and then got to it. Somebody might come around and ask you if I've been home. No. Somebody will be coming by, and I need you to say I've been home with you this whole time. What are you working on in school? We could say that we have been doing that. Are you doing fractions or something like that? Surprisingly, they were working on fractions, but Simone did not say. She needed to know more. You want me to say you've been home? Why? Who might come by? What happened? Her mother got more agitated and jumpy. She pulled into a nearby parking lot and turned to Simone. I've told you what you need to know. I've been home for the past few days. No, the last week. Do you understand? I don't understand. Why do you want me to lie? Her mother grabbed her by her shoulder and snatched her towards her. Her nails dug into Simone's skin and she started to cry. Her tears had no effect on her mother, who repeated herself with gritted teeth. I said I have been home for the past week. Do you understand me? Simone had no choice but to agree. Just as her mother said, someone did come by to question her, the police. At first they asked her as her mother sat by her side, but eventually she ended up at the police station talking to an officer with long brown hair and a pointy nose. The officer seemed nice, but Simone still did not trust her. Not only would the officer not give her any straight answers, but the way she looked at her, talking about what Jesus would want her to do, just felt weird. In close to a month, the scene shifted to a courtroom, and now a lie could have consequences for her too. Not only did this scare her, but the more time passed, the more she wondered if she should risk anything for her mother. Simone loved her, but she did not really know her. Why should she risk so much for someone she barely knew? Someone who barely knew her? Could you really even call her a mother? Someone who leaves you, comes back, leaves you again, and makes you lie? Why should she lie for her? When the judge wanted to hear from her, Simone asked to go to the restroom. The judge let her go. Simone went into the bathroom, sat on the toilet, and closed the door. Multiple emotions filled her body, with fear being the most powerful. She knew what she had to do, but did not know if she had the courage to do it. Her stomach started to turn, and suddenly she needed to throw up. She felt a little better when she finished, although a few brownish spots got on her dress. She sat back down and looked around the stall. There were some curse words written on each wall and some tags she could not read. She noticed some curse words about the judge she was just in front of. Just below it, she saw a verse from the Bible, Joshua 1:9. It's a verse she had to remember at vocational Bible school last summer. But now she could not remember it, and it bothered her. It stayed on her mind when her lawyer came to get her and the two of them walked back to the courtroom. When they entered, Simone noticed a police officer who questioned her before and wondered if she would know the verse considering how much she brought up God before. Simone asked her lawyer if she could talk to the officer, and the lawyer agreed. "Do you know any verses from the Bible?" Simone asked. "Yeah, I know a few." "Do you know Joshua 1:9? The detective smiled. "I know that one. It says to be brave and courageous and that God is always with you." Hearing the words made Simone remember, and she smiled at the detective and went back to the lawyer. The judge and the lawyer spoke some more, and they seemed to forget all about Simone. She did not mind, because now that she remembered what the verse was about, it led her to think about other things. Where was God? Was he with her now? Why did he make her life so hard? But it didn't matter, as she looked the judge straight in the eye and lied to her face. Hey, thank you for listening. Please take the time to like, discuss it with someone else, then do what's got to be done. Peace.